was shooting a student film, Christine, in 1998. I smacked your ass. Give me a break. You're going to ruin my life because I smacked your ass. Even though you had hot pants on and we're talking about how hot your friends say your ass is. How many times have you gone to a set and people are acting fucking totally fucking wrong?
Yeah.
Even the women are acting totally wrong. You know, so that's what's pissing me off about what's going on lately. We all fucking change.
Yeah.
15 years ago, who the fuck knows? Would I have taken my dick out in front of Christine and whacked off? No. But would Christine wait to see if I've ejaculated? No. Christine would have left. Who sits around and waits for cum to come all over your stomach and for you to sit there?
Christina wouldn't have waited.
Fuck no. Christina would have kicked me in the stomach and ran out of there.
Yeah.
I know this for a fact.
Yeah.
Christina, hold on. Let's discuss comedy. I really like your podcast.
Yeah, I get the
What
fuck
are you
out
doing,
of
Joey?
Yeah.
I want to show you a little bug under my dick. No.
Yeah.
Well, you know how many guys I've seen jerk off in public?
No, you haven't.
A lot. No, since I was 12.
Yeah.
Where?
I've seen guys jerk off in church. I've seen guys jerk off under freeway underpasses.
When
buses,
we lived in the South Bay on Redondo, in front of our house.
in front of our house.
A guy parked his car. and
Homeless
started jerking
guys
off.
in front of banks. I've seen, but how many of them do I watch and finish to completion? Fucking 0.0.
I have friends like Joe Rogan that they give a fuck about the Mars and if the world is flat and look at this animal and I could give a fuck about that. I love humans. I love the mind.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love
me too.
human psychology, and I love to see the change of people. Nobody changed more than my redneck. You know, my wife is at work. My wife is one of those people that job is 8 to 5. That's on paper. In her world, it's 7 to when the job gets done.
Right.
You know, my wife is one of those people that, you know, you took a job.
Yeah.
You took it for $10 an hour. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, quit.
Yeah.
But why you make a commitment? They're Americans.
Yeah.
They're people that my wife had no days off. In 10 years as an accountant, she never took a sick day, never took a personal day. She took 3 hours one time when I was doing coke because I got like an 18-grand check, and she wanted to make sure the check made it to the bank and not to my coke dealer's house. It was one of the biggest checks I ever got for a residual. She left. She took a train. You know, when my wife had the baby.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like my wife said, I'll be there in 5 minutes to help you cash that check and to put it in the proper. That was the only time in 10 years at the Walt Disney Center. Chef Diaz, Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
Because I know how to make steakums and or either French fries. With American cheese on white bread, 2 steakums, shit.
Steak-em, I grew up on that.
Yeah, we all did. White trash, love steak, all white trash.
As Chef Boyardee.
I used to be on probation, and there was a dude that was like a G.I. Joe dude that failed the police test, but his assistant was a good-looking woman. Like, she was kind of cute. If I was 30, she was like 38. Nobody talked to her in Boulder because she had like a wooden leg. Like, her leg was kind of like she had like that little limp. But you could tell the bitch had game. Like, she could suck a cock. I would look in the eyes and I could tell this bitch is deadly, but nobody talks to her because of the fucking wooden leg. Or whatever the fuck she's got. She got shot in Vietnam. I didn't know what happened. I figured out how to fuck with the piss test. But with me, they had mirrors around me. They couldn't figure out what I was doing, so they sent her in. So before I would go in, I'd fucking do a half a jerk in the car and get my dick nice and big.
Yeah.
And then I'd sprinkle it the fucking...
pool cleaner?
The pool cleaner or the fucking...
Doesn't sting your dick, the pool cleaner?
I got scars. I got little holes in my dick and Drano. I would grind it up. I would fucking put it under my dick and then pull the skin back and it would fall into the piss test and zap it. But before I would piss, I would take the hammer out and show it to her. Like, what do you think? What do you think? There's something nice. And she would look at it and look around the room. And not like I knew I was going to end up sleeping with her or swapping spirit with her because I flirt with her. Nobody talked to the woman because she had a fucked up leg. So I'm off probation. I'm delivering Chinese food and I'm slinging coke at the same time at the Chinese restaurant. So I would have you call the Chinese restaurant and say, "Can I talk to Joey? Yeah, what's up? Oh, you want egg drop soup? Whatever." The cocaine would be hidden under the egg drop soup so that if I got in trouble, the Chinese people got in trouble. I didn't put it in the bag. This is when I was out already, out of prison. One night I knock on the door and who answers the door? It's her. And she goes, "Oh my God, it's so great to see you." how have you been? And I go, it's great to see you, man. I gave her a hug, and I put the Chinese down, and she goes, what are you doing with your life? I go, I'm getting divorced, but I got into stand-up comedy, and I'm trying to deliver food to make a living. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. You and her broke up? Oh, you must need a hug. And as I started hugging her, we started swapping spit. And I touched a little monkey, and I could feel nobody had even touched a monkey in like 10 years. Steam started coming up. And I started fingering that motherfucker like a savage. I put it down slowly, and I pop her pants. I take her tit out. She's got one big fucking tit. I'm sucking her tits. And I'm making out with her, and I'm fingering at the same time. So while I'm fingering her, I take her pants down, but I go, I don't want to see what the other leg is. So I took the leg off of the good leg, and I left the fucking bad leg covered because I don't want to know what it is. If she's got like a pole under there, one of those fucked up feet. I don't want to see. So I picked up her fucking legs and I started eating her pussy. The clit fucking was huge. I'm sucking on it like a piece of bubble gum. I look up at her and she's like this, Christine, like with her mouth open. I go, now's the time to put the helmet in that fucking mouth. So I switched up. I started two-finger Louie her, and I went around her, and I put that fucking hammer in her mouth, and she didn't know what to do. She was like, and at that time, I was trying to fucking lift weights and shit, so I wasn't jerking off, because somebody told me not to jerk off, that your protein, I was retarded, dog. You know, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
And when I came in the mouth, it was one of those loads, Christine, that don't stop. You ever have one of those things?
I know, Christine.
And you're sucking it with your eyes closed, and then after a minute, you open it up, because you're like, when is this going to stop? And I could look at her swallowing it, and it was endless. It was fucking endless. It was just a load of death. It was like a month and a half of not coming. There was Valium in there and Xanax and fucking
Well, it's
cocaine.
nice seeing you, Joey. Thanks for stopping by.
She looked at me. She started getting a little dizzy.
Oh, my God.
I was selling Valium at the time. I was taking like 100 milligrams of Valium a night. When I shot in her mouth to put her in a trance, she was glassy-eyed. She gave me a $3 tip, and I left, and I never saw her again. She must have ate that Chinese food and slept for a week.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
You got any dates coming up you want to
You can still
You got a Twitter handle?
You
You
can
wanna
still
plug
feel what
that?
that nut felt like, I bet, right?
oh, it was like a 3-minute nut.
But wait a minute, you didn't even bang her? You
No,
didn't put it in her
no.
vagine?
No.
No,
Well, that's-
Let me tell you, the
unloaded
pussy eating was tremendous.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I licked her ass.
Sorry, I blacked out at some point. I didn't
No,
listen
sure.
closely.
Once I
enough.
shove my tongue in your ass, you black out. It's like you're 14 and your uncle's molesting you. You know. You just black out and let happen what's gonna happen anyway.
I mean, what's that great story? Who's the guy on the sitcom? He's super famous now. Gardell, Billy Gardell.
Oh, Billy Gardell, yeah.
He was talking to somebody, and this is like right when he became really successful. He goes, "Yeah, man, those $1,800 weeks. Am I right? Like he was still doing them.
Right, even as he was doing television.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he didn't assert himself for the raises and for the graduation. You know,
Yeah.
so crazy. 1,800, and he's like a big star.
Yeah, but I mean now he's making way more.
Of course, yeah.
But
Good for him. He busted his ass for a long time.
Hell yeah,
absolutely, he's a funny
That guy
guy.
was always on like the side end. He was always put on a good show with his shitty sidekick
Yeah,
who would take down the show. He had 20 chances. He was unlucky.
yeah.
You guys don't remember. He had the NBC show with the black kid that was not funny. 20 million black people that are funny. They gave him the unfunniest black guy in the world to work with. The unfunniest black guy. Everybody's funny is black. They gave him a guy that couldn't be funny if his life depended on it. Once the uterus calls, that's it. That's the biggest call a woman could get.
Yeah.
yeah.
And everything goes out the window. Everything.
Well, that's interesting you say that. Because I thought about that the last time I sat down with you when I was pregnant with Ellis, I think, and you said to me, "Don't ever become a woman, Christine. Don't ever become a woman." And I was like, "Wait, what? Like what? What did you mean by that?" Because I've literally been thinking about it for like 2 years.
When you're a comic, you're a savage.
Yeah.
You're not a woman. If you're on the road with me, I'm not going to try to hit on you, but if we're in a room, I'm going to fart.
Yeah.
And you're going to inhale it, and I'm going to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
And you're going to smell my feet. And it just becomes a part of your life until one day you become a woman and go,
Oh, right.
why am I sitting next to this fat fuck talking about eating pussy and giggling at his dumb jokes and smelling his feet and his breath because you were a comic.
Right,
so you
right.
tolerated it. But one day, the uterus takes over and you're like, why am I sitting next to this criminal? Why? What is my?
It is a good point. Now I'm thinking, like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
No,
God damn it.
You're a woman now who's a mom and a comedian. Now you got 3 hats, and now you have to balance that.
That's right.
Because if you do get a nanny and go on the road 40 weeks a year to pursue your thing,
won't do
you're
that.
going to pay for this in 10 years.
Yep. That's
Yeah, of
for
It's
course.
like Pennzoil commercial. Remember Pennzoil?
Yeah.
You could pay me now, you could pay me later.
Yeah.
So now you're in a tough bind. Now he has to know mommy does comedy, and it all works out. And if you squeeze out 10 weeks, which you're going to walk to the airport those 10 weeks. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how now, like, all right, honey, I guess I'll see you on Sunday. Those weeks when you're leaving,
Yeah.
once he turns 4, it's like, Tom, fuck you. Where's your Uber? I'm running to the fucking airport. And Sunday, I'm taking the late flight back. You and Joe Diaz with that 6 a.m. flight?
Yeah.
Fuck you.